Hello and welcome. This is Chris-Ann. I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chris-Ann. Today we're going to be doing the weekly psychic predictions for the week of August 31st through September 7th. We are also going to be doing a deck review of Origins and Endings, Seeing Yourself Through the Apocalypse, a divination book and card deck by Lizzie Tunkill. And this is one when it retails for $19.95 US, $25.95 Canada, at least this particular edition that I have. This is brand new to me. I did open it. I did do another video with this. I never published that video because I misunderstood the deck. So I am doing a different review. We are going to talk about this deck. It's quite interesting. And let's crack into it. So, Origins and Endings. Seeing Yourself Through the Apocalypse. I don't know. Is that apropos? I think it is. Hold on, let me get the deck out of this. Hold on. There's a lot of things in here. There we go. So there's, like, you open it up and there's like a sleeve here that holds everything. This is just what was in there. Turn anxiety and fear about the end of the world and death into an opportunity for contemplation, exploration, and growth. Find the latest news, all this fun type of stuff. Okay, cool. There is, before I get into the cards, there is a book that comes with this one. You need the book. You cannot use it without the book. I normally say make the deck your own. Don't make this deck your own. Use the book. You 100% need the book. If I wasn't clear, let me be clear. You need the book. So we have that. Let's just put that right there. We are going to go through these cards. There are not a lot of cards in this deck. I forget how many are actually here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let me just double check that I didn't leave any in the box because it's a something. Nope, I didn't. So there are 12 cards in this deck. It's definitely different than anything I own in my collection. And if you've watched me before, you know I own over 550 decks in my personal collection. And we're going to go through this. So let's start here. So this is, each one is a different type of disaster. This is a feel-good, happy-go-lucky video today. So the first one is tornado. You have this amazing picture that goes with tornado. The pictures on these cards are stunning. Let me move this out of the way. And then what you do is you come here. Let me see if I can find tornado. Here it is. Tornado. Shielding, ethical, alluring. Torso, chest, breast. So it resonates within sort of that sort of area of your body. But then you come over here. Let me back up for a minute here. So this deck was created in 2012 by this woman, Lizzie Tunkill, and she has been sort of fascinated by these different type of sort of apocalyptic kind of things. So she's created these sort of inkblot images. And this deck, I'm going to read this. This deck offers an opportunity for people to connect with each other, to talk over the findings and discuss some of the big questions that will always be in our minds, hearts, and we will reach our final endings. So how to use this? I should start here. There are 3 different ways to perform readings with this deck. So the impressions reading draws from the traditional Rorschach inkblot test and can be done at any time to gain broad insight into understanding oneself. The guiding reading, inspired by the tarot, is best used in addressing and reflecting on a specific issue or concern. And finally, the intuition reading can help you access quick gut reactions when needed to make decisions at a crossroads or when paths are unclear. So for an impressions reading, spend time going through the deck. Take 3 cards you select, look at each card, 1 card at a time, ask yourself, what do I see? Rely upon your first impressions. After sufficient time has been spent with each of the 3 cards, pick your favorite card. Turn the card over to find out which apocalyptic scenario you have chosen. Use the number on the back of the card to help you locate the corresponding interpretations of the Origins Ending book. The book offers 3 objectives associated with each card that best describes those that are attracted to the card and the interpretations of the most commonly seen imagery. Pick the visual that most accurately matches what you see in the ink blots and read the interpretation. These interpretations should hold some insight into your own psyche and place within the world. They offer a variation of divinations, affirmations, questions, and reflections. You may not find an exact match for what you perceive in the ink blot. It is helpful to note that your initial impressions and then pick the provided visual that is most observable to you. Continue this process with the other 2 cards. Take as much time as you need to examine how these interpretations fit with your notions of identity and self. You may also have 2 visuals with equal clarity. If this occurs, read both interpretations. So shuffle the cards, flip 3 cards. With each card, find your interpretation. Once you've reached your conclusion, read the interpretation. That's the guiding reading. If you're doing an intuitive reading, shuffle the cards, flip the top card, find the card's possible interpretation. Once you've reached the conclusion, read it. So these are all the ways to use this deck. It's a little complicated, but it's not that bad. So for instance, I'm using this one as our example. This is the tornado, I think it was, right? Yes, this is the tornado. So do you see a villain's face or a mask? Do you see a body of water or a glacial melt? Do you see a cave, cavern, or canyon? Or do you see a bat? So you look at that and you see what you see, and depending on what you see, you come to these interpretations. Here, screenshot. Screenshot. So you can read it and see which one resonates with you. We're going to pick 1 card for this week, and we're going to go through it and we're going to talk about it. In the meantime, I'm just going to show you the cards for this sort of part of the video. So we're not going to look at the book for each one of the cards. But this is tornado. What do you see? This is the card for tsunami. What do you see here in the tsunami? So as you can see from looking at the book for tornado, there were 4 possible interpretations. Alien abduction. What do you see? Here, I'm trying to get the glare off it. Ebola. What do you see? Imploding universe. What do you see? I know what I see, but I want to know what you see. Asteroid collision. I find the images in this deck to be fascinating. They are massive cards. Massive. Let me give you an exact dimension. 9 by 6. 9 by 6. They are massive. But they're fun. They're different. It's very different. So, drought. What do you see? I find this deck to be completely unique from anything that is on the market right now, or has been for quite a while, because this deck has been out for a while. Dust storm. Ooh, that's cool. I mean, as an artist, I find these images to be very inspirational, even though we're talking about the origins and endings. Volcano. What do you see? Earthquake. What do you see? And I love that so many people are going to have different answers. 3 different people are going to have 3 different answers. Black hole. What do you see? I think this is the last one. Nuclear blast. What do you see? So we've gone through all 12 cards. Now obviously these are going to be a little on the difficult side to shuffle. So I'm just going to kind of pull from all different angles here. I'm going to tap them 3 times on my table. I'm going to tap them 3 times here. I'm going to reshuffle-ish. I mean, these are super difficult to shuffle, but if you do it like this, it's not too bad. Okay, so I'm going to tap 3 times. I'm going to tap 3 times here, and we are just going to pick from the middle. And this is going to be, I hate to say, the weekly interpretation for this week, the psychic interpretation with me this week. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen this week, but I am interested in the interpretive meaning of these cards as to how it resonates with you. So just because this one says tsunami, it doesn't mean we're going to have a tsunami this week. That is not what I'm saying. I'm looking at the sort of bigger picture of these cards. So just please understand that. This is also for educational purposes only. Okay, we've picked the card of tornado. Doesn't mean you're going to get a tornado. But what we are going to do is we are going to go to the book. Oh, this is the one we already talked about. All right, good. So we need to talk about this one some more. What is it that you see? Let's talk about the 4 interpretive meanings of this one. It's funny, I pulled this one again. So do you see a villain's face or a mask here? So I'm going to read what the book says. Now, you want to do a screenshot again? Go ahead, do a screenshot. If you see a mask or a villain, villains are often stand-ins for an idea or phenomenon that creates great fear. Our most famous villain, Satan, brings evil and temptation and is known as the deceiver who leads humanity astray. To look squarely in the face of a villain is to look squarely at your fears. You move through the world with an openness and confidence that allows you to meet the things that scare you with a calm and collected temperament. More often than not, fear turns out to be nothing more than an imaginary monster under the bed. But our fears can torment us for a lifetime if we let them. Keep looking into the eyes of your own inner villain sooner or later. They will reveal themselves as nothing more than figments of your imagination. If you see a body of water or a glacial melt, water in its many forms, lake, ocean, pond, river, glacier, ice, is an entity of mystery. The lake may appear still, but is always moving underneath the surface. The ocean still bears secrets that we cannot decipher. It is almost impossible to see the true depth of whatever waters we peer into. Water is the realm of emotion, usually those deeper than what we have access to in our conscious life. In dream theory, water is a symbol of great need to dive within oneself. No one wants to search through the muck of old wounds and sadness, but we must. We must if we want to be free. Deep sea diving is one of the most scariest things a human can do, but I guarantee it will be the most beautiful and unforgettable adventure in your life. So face your fears. If you see a cave, a cavern, or a canyon in this, caves are said to be the womb of the earth. They also connect our world to the afterlife. What comes beyond this life is the same as that which comes before it. As we come into this world and we exist, we emerge and re-enter the same primordial space, making each and every one of us inherently part of something much bigger. A world, a planet, a universe. On the micro level, we are each our own world. Within us is a sea of cells, bacteria, moving parts, and cavernous dwellings, both physical and emotional. You are a cave dweller. You seek out the edges of this life and next, the origins of your being, and the moments that have constituted your psyche. It takes courage to explore the canyons of your soul. Hold on to that courage tightly. It will guide you always. So this one's all about having courage. Last one. Do you see a bat here? Bats are a symbol of the netherworld. As twilight illuminates the earth each night, bats emerge in millions to forage, symbolizing a liberation of all that is dark and strange. At times you fear you may erupt like a gaggle of bats, letting all of your dark underbelly show. The truth is, we all contain a level of darkness. Each and every one possess characteristics, habits, or experiences that create a well of shame inside us. This is the great myth of shame. We believe that if we just bury those experiences and habits deep inside, they will go away. The great truth of shame is that once you let those characteristics and memories out into the light of day, they immediately weigh less. They mean less. They have less power. And you realize you are not alone. Let the bat guide you to your new freedom. So this one's all about finding freedom. So as you can see, even though we're talking about, this is the card that represents tornado, you can see from the 4 different, quite different meanings based on what you visually see is what is going to be something that you're going to have to be working on for this week. Are you going to be working on eradicating shame, eradicating fear? Overcoming these different things are very powerful. And that's going to be what this week has in store for each of us based on those 4 meanings, depending on what it is that you see within this card. So there's 4 different things that are going to happen for 4 different groups of people. And yes, it is possible for all of that to be happening at the same time. So, quite interesting for this week. I knew this was going to be a really cool deck to talk about. I do not sell this deck, but you can certainly look online for this deck. It's Origins and Endings by Lindsay Tunkill. I think this is something that I'm going to use for myself personally. And I think based on what I see one week might be something I see different the next week. I don't know. I'm going to play around with this myself personally. I don't know that I'm necessarily going to use this for the majority of my clients. Would I use this for some of my clients? Yes, I would. I think it's kind of a cool concept with this. So I'm intrigued and I'm impressed. Is this deck for everybody? No, it is not. Is it for people like me? Yeah, it is. All right, I do have the Mystic Art Medicine cards here as well. So I'm going to pull a couple of these to see what else we have in store for this week. And let's give these a little bit of a shuffle. So this is the week of August 31st through September 7th, just as a reminder. Okay. So for this week, we have a lot of core healing to do. Actually, that's exactly what we were talking about with that deck that I just pulled. So when you're working on core healing, you're working on healing the most inner primordial part of you, your heart-based, your emotion-based healing. It's not about you have a cut on your finger. No. It's very, very deep. It's dealing with a lot of emotion. And that's going to be this week. And that will lead us to some new growth that will bloom and blossom, because this is work that we have to do in order to get here. And once we get here with this new growth and new path and a new way of being, this is a new way of understanding where we have come from with the old, that we can have, this is a really cool week. We can have a lot of things that, so this is the activation card. The activation card comes in and talks about dealing with that inner child, core healing, dealing with that inner child, dealing with some of those things maybe from the past, deep past. And when you work on those things, the rest of everything else falls into place, and you can recognize the heart that is you, and then you can utilize that for moving forward. This is a powerful week of moving forward, recognizing where it is that we've come from, what it is that we've had to work on. We're still working on it. Finish up that work so we can move on, be done, and just be able to take a deep breath and move on into a little bit more peace and harmony. There's a lot of things that are going on in the world. And all we can work on right now is ourselves. And if we focus on ourselves and we just keep that as our focus for right now, the bigger picture will fall into place as well. But for right now, knowing all you can work on is you, all you are in control of is you, and sometimes not even in control of that, but all you mostly have control of is you. So focus on that and have that be what it is that you're going to be doing going forward. Now the crystals for this week, you may see here in front of me, I have clear quartz. Clear quartz is an under-recognized stone, I think. Clear quartz is a boost. It's a generator to anything else that you're doing. What does that mean? It means if I'm doing a crystal grid and I have a whole bunch of crystals here and I set my stones with intention, let's just say I'm doing rose quartz and I'm creating a crystal grid for love. Clear quartz added to that collection of stones will boost it, will add to it, will add to anything. It is a boost, it is a generator for all the other stones, but it also can be a boost and a generator to whatever emotions you have going on. So if you have problems and troubles going on, don't carry this unless you have positive stones with it, like rose quartz, rhodonite, rhodochrosite, positive love stones. They say this is a stone to put in your room to help you sleep. I strongly disagree with that. I am not a fan of this being, especially even in children's rooms. Children haven't learned to regulate anything like this, even though they may have deeper insight than most adults I know. I do not recommend clear quartz being in the bedroom of a child, especially if they're having problems sleeping. This is the wrong stone for them. I would use like a lavender spray or something like that, but I am not a medical practitioner. Do not take my advice as in lieu of your medical practitioner. Clear quartz is also one that can align and balance your energies if you are working towards positive outcomes. It will help you to boost that, to generate that, to align that for you. Clear quartz, it can also help you to find inner peace. If that is your goal, it is going to boost that and help you with that. I am a fan of clear quartz. I also do like it for scrying, meaning you can look in the stone, you can see what you see, you can look through the windows. Here, I have a cut on my hand. You can look through the windows of the stone. Now look at, there's a window right there. There's a window right there. It's a little bitty window right there. There you go, you can see it, the triangle. This window. So there's a lot of windows here. There. Clear quartz is fun. It's fun to play with. It's fun to work with. And these are clear. These are Arkansas quartz. These are nice and clear. Not all of them are, but this one is. Very, very clear, fun stones to work with. So it's great if you are working towards something positive and you have a lot of positive stones in your pocket, or you're working towards clearing things. You can put this in your pocket to boost whatever it is that you are working on. Clear quartz is a boost and a generator. So if you are interested, you can check out my website, www.elementalenерgieswithchrisanne.com. I have a lot of crystals for sale on my website. I have a lot of decks for sale on my website. If you are interested in a private psychic reading with me, my readings are done in the Akashic Records, which is your soul's history and your soul's past lives. I am a medium, so I can chat with those on the other side. I do animal communication, both living and deceased. I do all of that through digital means. I don't do readings in person except for a very, very small handful of shows coming up. So if that's something you're interested in, I have always done readings across the globe for, oh my gosh, more than 20 years. And when I was on the radio, I was live in 133 countries. So I would do readings on air for people all around the globe then too. So it's kind of a really cool thing. So now we have the ability to have like FaceTime where we can see each other. So it's really cool. So check that out. I also have some free classes on my website, like how to use a pendulum. I also have some guided meditations. Please like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm trying to boost my numbers, trying to get a lot more subscribers, so that would help me. And check out my Facebook page, elementalenерgieswithchrisanne.com. I post most days. I post an inspirational card of the day. I also am on Blue Sky, and I'm on Instagram, Chrisanne1234. Thanks so much for tuning in. Take care. And be free.